All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Valentus Sunday business webinar. And I want to say greetings to all of you from around the globe that have tuned into our webinar for today. And again, I'm tremendously excited to share really some powerful information with you in regards to what's happening here with Valentus. As a reminder, you all, we have a lot of different tools out here to really address questions that you may have in relation to this business and how everything works. But I want to go ahead and dive into the presentation for today and really simplify what it is that we do here and really shed light on four of the industries that we've tapped into here within Valentus. Number one, the internet. When we talk about the internet, you all, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's always accessible to us. When you think about the fact that most people today, whether it's their iPhones, Samsungs, their iPads, think about this. Every time we come to a red light, people are always pretty much engaged with their handheld devices. So the bottom line is we have access to the internet again, really pretty much throughout the day, all day long. And so we're going to show you how to tap into that space. The home-based business world, you all, one of my favorites. I was reading an article the other day and it was talking about the overall income within the entire world, within the home-based business world. You all, it's huge. I mean, I think they said about $170 billion is what it grossed last year alone. It's just growing and growing and growing. And so we're starting to see where what I consider to be more that non-traditional method is now becoming more and more popular because people now understand that there's so many different ways to create cash flow for you and your family. Then, of course, health and wellness. Of course, our health is our number one wealth. We've tapped into that particular space here within Valentus. And, of course, coffee, you all, which we all know is huge, huge business. In fact, when we talk about coffee, you all, it's the second most traded commodity in the world. North America alone, you all, is responsible for literally billions of cups being consumed every single week. When you think about the number one coffee consuming market in the world, right here in the United States, when we talk about really how powerful coffee is, just think it from this standpoint. The food and beverage industry, especially CEOs in that space, have been really forced to revise their original business models to fit really what customers want today, and that's coffee. So we talk about, again, how powerful coffee has become. Dunkin' Donuts, you all, a little bit about myself. I played professional football with the Raiders and the Patriots. When I lived in North Attleboro there, right there in Massachusetts, I used to stop by Dunkin' Donuts pretty much on a daily basis. If it wasn't myself, the guy who actually quarterbacked the team, his name was Drew Bledsoe. He and I would trade off and buy coffee for one another, especially since our lockers were right next to each other. So Dunkin' Donuts, you all, that was something that I learned about when I was there. And I say that because here's the deal. We watched them change their logo from from a donut and move it to an actual cup of coffee, as you see there in that illustration. McDonald's and McCafe, that brand alone, you all, has literally changed the game. I recently heard that McDonald's is now exploring actually creating McCafe branches. So instead of you being able to grab, a burger, fry, things like that, imagine being able to pull up to a McCafe place and literally just coffee only being served there. So those are things that have been discussed from what I understand within McDonald's. Subway, you all, opening its doors early in the morning to sell coffee. This really blew me away when I looked at Tim Hortons. Recently sold for $11.4 billion. It really dawned on me at that moment how powerful coffee is and really that space that we're participating in. And when you start to really think about how big that coffee empire really is out there and the opportunity for anyone that's interested in making money in this space, you've got that opportunity. And so you're going to see that here shortly. And then, of course, without convincing any of you, we've all watched what Starbucks has done, made it socially acceptable for people to spend $5 or more for a cup of coffee. And my family, there's 6 of us in here, 4, my children, of course, my wife. You all, we never spend anything less than $30 coming out that place. And that's just how it is. I mean, the bottom line is, again, they've made it acceptable for people to do that. And so here's what we want to share with all of you today. The Slim Roast coffee that we offer here within Valentus is really changing the game. When you start to think about really how unhealthy people are all around the world, especially if we were to focus right here in North America, North America is the #1 market for obesity. Adults right now are at its all-time high when you talk about obesity. And here's something that's very discouraging. Young adults, teenagers also right now coming in record numbers. Obesity, y'all, unfortunately, is really taking its toll on North America. And so when we talk about, is there a opportunity, is there a real space for a product like Slim Roast? And I can tell you that absolutely there is. The thing that really blew me away was when I put the taste test to the challenge here for the Slim Roast, was absolutely floored at how great tasting this coffee really is. As desired for myself, I like sugar and cream with my coffee, and I made my first cup, you all, that same way. And let me just tell you this, not only was it an amazing taste, but within my first 7 minutes of drinking that cup of coffee, I noticed that I had a lot more mental clarity, more focus. My energy level, you all, was just gradually coming up so much faster in that morning. And I remember when I went to the gym that day, that morning, really, when I went, you all, I had an amazing workout. Ended up coming back home, grabbed my laptop, got to work, got some things done. And when I looked up, you all, literally, I hadn't had anything to eat. I was not hungry. I forced myself to eat a banana at lunchtime. It wasn't until right around dinner time, about 5 o'clock, where I noticed I was starting to kind of get my appetite back. And I started to think about really the amount of calories that I had shaved off that day simply because I wasn't hungry. But it wasn't one of those frustration style things. You know how sometimes you've been able to cut calories, but you had to do it in a way where you were really starving yourself. You were hungry, you were frustrated, but you tried to fight through it. And finally you became so irritable where you just like, forget it, I've got to go grab something to eat. It was nothing like that, you all. So the fact that I had something to eat, but I didn't stuff myself, and I was comfortable. I ate enough where I was comfortable, and I was cool. And let me tell you that, from that moment on, you all, I was able to shed about 12 tough pounds, really around that midsection, which you're going to see from some of the other people that have also used this product too. But you all, great product, I'm telling you. This is a fun part of this story for me too, is because my wife, who's always been very supportive within this industry, she happened to be one of those people, though, who hasn't really liked the taste of health drinks, health coffees and things of that sort. And a previous company that we had been connected with, they made healthier style coffees, but it was more mushroom based, where this one is not. So she was very reluctant in actually trying this one. And it wasn't until she ran out of her Starbucks, home coffee and Folgers coffee, where literally she said, sweetie, do you mind making me a cup of coffee? So I made her a cup of coffee. I added the sugar and cream just like she likes, left it there on her desk. And then, of course, I get upstairs and I hear her kind of laughing. So I walked back down the steps and asked her, what was funny. And she actually pointed to her cup of coffee and she said, I'm laughing because you know how I am about your health coffee. She's like, this one is actually really good. And so you all, I'm telling you right there, from that moment, I knew that there was something unique about this company. I knew that if you can put it to the taste test to people that are really honest about stuff, that's my wife. She's very honest about that kind of stuff. So for the fact that she enjoyed the cup of coffee and she drinks it now, and I've also shared on some of the other webinars where we've gone out to, where we're shopping and running into friends that we hadn't seen in a while, and they'll end up start talking about losing weight, and she'll start telling them about the Slim Roast coffee. So anytime you have someone who's not been a believer in the past, but because of their own personal experience now believe, you've got something pretty powerful. So keeping things simple, just again to highlight a few things here. We talk about really what's in this product here. You've got the natural dark roast Arabica coffee, which is why it tastes so amazing. You got the green coffee beans at its original state. You all harvested. So we're talking about where it's most potent to help you lose weight. Garcinia Cambogia, which is known as the fat buster of today. You got the chromium that's also known to help bust fat. You talk about L-carnitine, very positive for the mind and mental clarity and focus. Then, of course, natural energy coming from the green tea and ginseng. The fact that there's no GMO, no pesticides or chemicals, preservatives, no artificial sweeteners or sugars, you all. I love the fact that you can't smell, taste, or see any of these ingredients in there, but through this proprietary blend, it's giving people what they need, and it's really allowing their bodies to respond really in ways that people have always dreamed about. So here are some of the things not only myself, but others have really talked about their experience on this product. Curbing the appetite, helping with sugar cravings and absorption, burning fat, helping with elevating the mood levels and things of that sort, increasing focus as well as mental alertness. The 12 and 24 lifestyle, you all. I'm going to share that with you here in a second, but here are some of the before and after photos I love to brag about. This young lady here in the yellow, look at her midsection. This is one thing I want to share on this webinar. A lot of people need assistance in that midsection, the love handles, the pooch area there. As you can see, it does a great job of really tightening and toning along that section. The gentleman there towards the left, look at the difference. When he look at his photos there, you can tell the difference in how it's leaned him out as well. Kudos to Veronica Rogers. Thank you for sharing your story, down 35 pounds on the slim roast. And Matthew Leaf, you all, absolutely incredible. 55 pounds down on the slim roast as well. This young lady here from June to December was able to get into her wedding dress. And anytime you're able to help someone, especially on that special day for this young lady, she, literally came in as a coffee drinker only. Now understand has built a dynamic team and a dynamic business because she is a product of the product. She really is. And so when we talk about the 12 and 24 lifestyle, it's really our complete plan and all the products that we bring to the table. Let me just say this to you. All of our products work synergistically together to really give the body what it needs. So when we start talking about overall weight management, not just getting rid of the weight, but keeping the weight off, very important. Here's something that I want to stress to everyone. In order for your body to respond the way that you want it to respond, whether it's lose weight or whether it's keep the weight off, remember, you have to have your body communicate to itself that it's at a healthy state where that once it loses the weight, it's okay to keep it off. People have to understand the body naturally produces fat and insulates, the fat insulates the body, keeps it warm, regulates the temperature. Regardless of whether we understand it or not, that's just the way it's designed. So until the body has communicated to itself that it's okay to let go of this excess fat, then you're going to end up holding on to it. That's why you find people who go to the gyms, they do a lot of different things, and they find themselves frustrated because they can't seem to get their body in balance to where the body says it's healthy to actually lose the weight. So what do we bring to the table, you all? Number one, we've got our Prevail Immune Boost. This product here is really loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, okay? When you think about the way our foods are harvested today, the synthetic soils, the pollution and things of that sort, unfortunately, we can eat vegetables and fruits, but they don't pack the same nutritional punch that they once did. So it's important to flood our bodies with the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants needed to keep our healthy cells where they need to be. Very important. So this is a kid-safe product. So this is the type of product that you can really distribute to your entire family at large. The Prevail Energy product, you all, this is another home run that we bring to the table. Was reading another article talking about the long-term effect of products like the Red Bulls, the Monster energy drinks, Rockstar energy drinks, list goes on and on. The bottom line is, you all, a lot of those products have been shown to be very tough for the body to break down. And unfortunately, it's kind of a quick fix where you get that quick high from energy, but then it comes crashing down. Well, you all got to get on this product because you'll notice the difference in how it's like a smooth disbursement of energy throughout the body that actually keeps you elevated throughout the day without that fall off crash. Okay. And then, of course, lastly, we've got the Prevail Trim. I love this product. I take about 2 of these sticks per day, simply because when I have my big breakfast in the morning, and I'm a dinner type person, I really am, not really a lunch guy, but definitely breakfast and dinner. I take my my trim 30 minutes before my meals. You all, it cuts down on my appetite, so I'm not consuming as many calories. And the less calories in allows my body to keep it nice and lean and trim. And so again, that product that we have really works well. You all, let me go back here. So the 12 and 24 plan, this is important. So over a 24-day stretch, with these 4 products, we can show you how to lose 12 pounds and 12 inches. You'll take one of the Slim Roast products first thing in the morning. And then, of course, 30 minutes before your dinner, you'll take one of the trims, as you see there. And then before you go to sleep at night, you'll go ahead and take one of the immune boosts, okay? You do that for 6 days. And then that 7th day, you allow the body to clean itself out so you don't take anything. Just drink plenty of water. Then you repeat that again the next week, then same thing. So over a 24-day stretch, you'll do that. You'll notice how you'll definitely start to see that unwanted weight fall off. With that, you all, want to introduce you to the business side of what we do here within Valentus. So we talk about why the business side of it is so intriguing, not only to myself and to others, but why a lot of people now have really adopted the importance of learning more about what I consider non-traditional methods of creating cash flow. You all, it's just the way it is now. And I love this story because when I was a franchisee, you all, most people know, but I bought into a smoothie franchise in my early 20s. And I'll never forget one of the guys who used to come by my shop all the time and purchase smoothies for his family. He introduced me to this industry. And one thing I remember when I was a bit reluctant to listen to what he was going to say, I asked my dad, I said, yeah, there's this guy that comes into the shop. He wants me to meet up with him and he wants to tell me about some of the stuff that he's doing to make some money. And, you know, I kind of had a negative attitude, and it was my father that said, well, look, he said, son, let me tell you something. He says, you know, yeah, I'm proud that I'm an engineer and I've worked for 30 some years, same company, and done well this way. He said, but I'm gonna be honest with you, things are changing and the methods of making money out there are so different than where I was when I first started. He said, it makes business sense for you to keep an open mind and to at least listen. And I'm going to tell you all, I'm grateful that my dad slowed me down to do that because of this industry, you all, it has really allowed me to, and my family have, you know, been able to really be blessed through this opportunity in this industry because of the additional income. There's even been points where we have made more money in this industry than we were making on our regular jobs. So when you take what I call the traditional method of making money, the 9-to-5 jobs or small business owners out there, and then you incorporate the non-traditional side, you all, this can be an additional $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 of income extra to your paychecks. In my first company, you all, let me just say this, I had only been in that opportunity for 7 months, and I had made an extra $51,000 during that 7 months, you know, that I wasn't expecting to make. And so you take $51,000 in 7 months, a lot of people, you all, don't even make that in a year. And so I just knew at that moment that this was something that I wanted to be able to do long term. So let me just do this. I want to talk about a couple things here. Let's talk about the method of making money here. So we've got 7 ways that you can cash in here. Number 1, a lot of people actually sell our products, meaning you can buy a bunch of these products and sell them by the box. If you buy what's called the Business Builder Pack, it reduces the boxes down to about $30 per box, but you sell them for about $60, so you're making $30 every time you move a box of coffee. That's the home run money right there, you all. And that's one of the biggest things. I said if I couldn't sell this as a retail standpoint, I didn't want to do it. So you can do it like that, where you actually have product on hand, or for those of you, you can actually send people to your website, and they can purchase the product right there. Our warehouse will send off that product to your customer, and then we'll send you the paycheck for that. And you can earn as much as 25% if you choose to sell it that way. We also have what I call the finder's fee component here, where in income area number 2 and 3 there on the screen, you can earn as much as $20 to as much as $200 every single time you introduce someone to the business. Now, we also have what's called the team aspect of this company, where you can build yourself an organization. And this is very simple, just like a traditional business. If I share it with people and they share with others, like insurance, I end up making a piece of that pie that everybody makes simply because I was the first to introduce it to people who then did the same thing. Now, here's how that would work. You can earn as much as 20% of all the collective volume from your entire team of business. Now, we're all professionals, we're all business owners, so no one works for anyone. That's what I like about this. So you all have your own business, but the nice thing about it is, again, if I get in this business today and in 2 weeks from now I share this with a couple of colleagues at work who then go and share it with some people that they know, and all of a sudden I've got a team of business happening, company pays me for all that activity happening. So they take a snapshot of all that activity over that course of a week, and I earn as much as 20% on my pay side of the business. Okay, so as a team, if we moved $10,000 in sales, that would be a $2,000 check that I'm entitled to get at the 20% level. So again, part of our trainings that we teach you how to do this, but this is a component, you all, I'm telling you right now, we've got people who shared it with 5 people, and all of a sudden that 5 grew to 100, that 100 grew to 500 or 600 people. And you imagine like getting a check for $2,000 and $3,000 a week just because you simply shared this with other people. You all, that's very common in this industry, and in this opportunity, being that it's coffee, it's just amazing. There's people that I've talked to right now earning $7,000, $8,000 every single week right here in this company, you all. It's crazy how big it is. We've got our global shared pools here. We've got our lifestyle car bonuses, and this is really nice. As you become ranked in our company, meaning you share this with people who share it, as soon as you hit the diamond level in our company, you'll start earning a car bonus as much as $400. And then, of course, as you move up in rank, as you maintain those ranks, you can earn as much as $3,000 on top of everything on a monthly basis as well. We give you tons of websites that will track and manage who starts to buy your website for you. It will tell you when you sell some of the product or when somebody drops by. And every Thursday, you all, we have what's called our cutoff time, which means if you're a free member of our opportunity right now, you want to get your questions answered and upgrade by midnight on Thursday. Because what happens is the system will sift all the way down the success line, that free membership line, will find the people that upgrade it, and it will move them to the very top of the success line. So now they will be able to get paid on whatever it is that you do also in the business. Whereas if you got into this as a free member before them, you would have lost out simply because you did not make a business decision before them. So lock in right away so that you can always stay above the curve. And then you can, what I tell people, work smarter, and that you're leveraging the efforts of other people. I think this is amazing to see the growth pattern here. You all, when you look at 2015 in February, $80,000 in sales that month. But look here in February and March of this year, we did $1.1 and $1.4 million in sales. Now in April, June, and as well as May, we did 2.1, 3.4 million, and then of course June, $4 million in sales, you all, and that growth is continuing to happen right now, again, because of what we're doing here with coffee. Now, to get started here within Valentus, it's a $20 business decision, so it's very affordable. And you can come in total for under $100, you all. You really can. But I tell you, you want to make sure you pay close attention, because a lot of people come in at what's called the option 4 business builder pack, and I'll share that with you here in a second. But if you get started at number 1, you all, that first option, that's going to cost you $60. It's going to get you 1 box of product, okay? And again, the boxes represent whether it's going to be the coffee, the trim, the slim, the immune, the energy. Again, depending on which one you choose. Now, if you go to option number 2 and 3, either $129 or $199, you're saving yourself anywhere between 25% to as much as 35% per box of coffee. And then lastly, you're saving yourself, guys, 45% by coming in at the business builder pack level, which means you're getting the boxes of coffee right around $30, $31, and you're selling it for $60. So you're making right around $30 per box of coffee. And I can tell you this, people get started at the business builder pack all the time. And here's what happens. You send a text message to people, let them know that you have an amazing weight loss coffee, and you show them some of the before and after photos out there. People will literally send you a text back saying, hey, can I grab a couple boxes of those coffees? And before your box lands on your porch, you have already pre-sold everything in that box. So it's absolutely amazing. Of course, we call ourselves the Valentus Dream Builders, you all, and we have a dynamic system that we give you in addition to what you receive with the company here. Kudos to Dave and Jordan for all their hard work in making this happen for our team at large, you all. And I can tell you that we really, really have some just dynamic leadership within this team. This is one of those things where a lot of people are willing to come together to help one another out and use each other's stories. So again, however we can help you in being successful in this opportunity, that's what we want to do. I want to close this webinar here today by saying this, and this is a quote by Warren Buffett. It says, whatever you like to do, make it your hobby. But whatever the world likes to do, make it business. All right, make it your business. So my thing to all of you is the world loves coffee. It's really one of the easier conversations to have with people. With a little of enthusiasm added to your voice, I'm telling you right now, you can really do some amazing things here. So with that said, you all, be sure to get back to the person that brought you onto this webinar. Get your questions answered, but more than anything, if you're going to take a little time to think about your decision, at least purchase a couple of boxes of coffee, at least nothing less than a box of coffee, so that you can try it out for yourself. I'm telling you right now, that's honestly been the way that most people have built their organizations. They got customers in first, but the customers started to receive so many amazing results on it. And people started to ask them, what are you doing to lose the weight? So then the person says, well, I might as well be a part of this conversation or this company simply because I have more people asking me about what I'm doing. So I might as well get in the business. And with that, you all, I'm telling you right now, it's a home run. So again, thank you all for jumping on to our Sunday webinar. And without anything else, you all have a great day, and I'll see you on our next live event. Everybody be safe now and stay blessed.